Well, we're here. It's not Friday, but it's Thursday, and we're live streaming ahead of time. This is Friday. This is Friday's live stream, but we're doing it on Thursday. It's been a busy week here at Townsends, and I feel like I've been running 100 miles an hour. In fact, we're 2 minutes late because I was still putting on the jacket. Housekeeping. What are we doing? Let's see. He told me what to say before I came here. What am I doing here, Ryan?
First off, we'd like to thank all of our Patreon supporters.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I actually remembered to bring some of the list of Patreon supporters recently. I should have my glasses on. Let's see. Jack Stetson, Marshall Bell, Peter Girl, Jeff Wozniak, Keith Reisky, and a whole bunch of other folks. Thank you guys so much for your Patreon support. It is incredibly important to us to have some of that kind of just support that's there every month. So it's really helpful. Thank you so much for that. And I also want to thank everyone who supports us by purchasing things. We had, what was it? Last week we did the t-shirt and the
Jonathan Carver book.
Yes, the Jonathan Carver book.
The pre-sale on the CD.
And the pre-sale on the CD. All those things did very well, and so I really want to thank the folks that helped us out with that. Excited about what's going on with that. What else is on the list?
That CD, just real quick, is still for pre-sale down in the description box.
Yes, if you go down the description, this is still on pre-sale. You can still get it at the special price. So make sure to check that out.
Let's talk about Instagram real quick. We have a winner.
A winner on the Instagram thing. I didn't get a chance. Ryan did all the Instagram work this week, so I didn't get a chance to get into Instagram. Is the picture up?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. So reenactors of.
Okay.
They posted several photos this week actually, but this one was pretty awesome. And so they're going to get a special prize. They don't even know it yet because I haven't contacted them. So maybe they're finding out right now.
So Ryan will DM you on Instagram and get you your prize. And if you're interested in being part of the Instagram little contesty thing, post your cool picture of either products, or if you're a reenactor scene or something that has to do with historical stuff, and tag it with Townsends, just Townsends. And that will be great. I'm really interested in seeing more stuff come through with the Townsends hashtag. That'll be a lot of fun.
If you want to make sure that we see it, you can go ahead and @tag us as well.
Yes.
So that draws special attention.
Right. That's the Townsends _ official one.
Yes.
Yeah, that account. Oh, yeah. Who's in the room? As usual, behind the console, making the video things happen, that's Aaron. He's the guy who does all the editing and camera work and all that good stuff.
Yep.
So Aaron's in charge of that stuff, and he's in charge of Super Chat too, right?
Yep, but nothing yet.
Okay.
I'm sad.
Oh, and in the question hot seat, the guy who has to figure out the right questions to answer, not the wrong ones, is Kyle.
Hello.
And the guy who's making me remember all the stuff that I keep forgetting because I didn't make my list is Ryan.
Hello.
Okay.
So let's go on. Let's talk about Jim's Red Pants, who they are, and this special event.
Jim's Red Pants. Jim's Red Pants, that's the group. It's Rick and Hillary Wagner. They're a music duo. They do all the music for the cooking videos that we do. So anytime you hear music that's underneath the cooking videos.
Well, all videos, really.
Yeah, all their videos. That they produce all that music. They've got, I don't know, on our website there are three or four different CDs, 5, 6, whatever. Lots of CDs, and they've just done this brand new collection of music. So last year at Mississinawa, I think it's something like that, I gave him the William Vickers book. It's a modern collection of Vickers' collection of tunes. Vickers was a dance fiddler in the Northumbrian area there in northern England. In the 18th century, he collected all these tunes, put them together in a tune book for his own use. Well, that has been turned into a book, and I gave Hillary this book. She was really excited. I figured, oh, she's probably already seen it. Anyway, she was really excited about that book, and they put together a CD's worth of music tunes that were from that book. So all these tunes are the same way they would have done them in 1770 or before. They had a lot of fun putting that CD together. We're really excited about this particular collection of music. So it's called Whitby Abbey. I'm not shaking it around so you can actually see it. And this is available for pre-sale on our website right now. You can find a link down in the description section. And we're doing a live event on Saturday at both noon and 3 o'clock. They will be playing music from this, probably some of the other tunes.
Eastern time.
Yeah, Eastern time, correct. Thank you, Aaron. Eastern time right here in the store on Saturday. And we will be doing our very best, barring technical difficulties, live streaming some of that. Hopefully all of it. Who knows what we'll live stream on Saturday. So we'll be doing our very best to live stream some of this music. That should be a lot of fun. We tore apart this store. We're rebuilding it now. We had to make it bigger, so we had to take out some stuff so that there was room, and we're still prepping for that. Tomorrow's probably going to be all prep for that. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's why we're streaming today instead of Friday.
Right, or else we wouldn't have time to set up all this streaming stuff down there for Saturday.
Can I read off a couple donations?
Yes, please.
$2 from Kayla May. Thank you. She says, "Don't be sad."
Don't be sad.
I don't know why. $5 from Sandy. Thank you so much. No comment, just a donation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sandy.
She said, "Don't be sad," because you were sad that there was no super chat yet.
Oh, don't be sad.
Oh,
see,
great. Well, thank you.
It wasn't
Kyle
me,
saves
it
the
was
day.
you.
Yeah.
Aaron fumbles. Kyle picks it up and scores.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always.
So, am I missing anything else? What?
No, what have you been working on?
He's mumbling. What have I been working on?
What's the stuff there?
Yeah. So, the topic for today, I like to have at least a little topic. I don't have a big topic for today. This is going to be kind of a shorter live stream. But the topic today is ceramics and pottery. And pottery is one of those things. It's always been sort of an interest of mine since I was, I don't know, yay tall or so. We used to go down to the National Muzzleloading Rifle matches down in Friendship, Indiana, and there was a potter down there, Ed Wong, and he's a great guy, wonderful guy. He was set up there year after year. Our family was friends with him. Anyway, I used to sit there and watch him throw pottery like all weekend long. Had a lot of fun with that. And so when I got to be older and I could do my own thing, pottery was one of the things I wanted to do. And so I've been playing around with pottery for years and years and years and years. So recently I was back down in the basement doing some cleaning up and doing some other work. I hadn't done pottery for quite a while. And there were some unfinished pieces that hadn't been done. And one of the unfinished pieces were these leach jars. They had been glazed, but they hadn't been decorated. And so I said, well, I'll have to, redo these, get these ready, and sell them, because this is a style we haven't sold for, I don't know, 5 or 10 years. But I decided to clean out the basement, and then of course, as usual, with projects of mine, it will kind of warm me back up to a particular kind of interest. And so I've been kind of digging back into pottery just a little bit because I've got way too many other things to do. But I have been had a lot of fun with that recently. So one of the things that I've done, you see in the cooking episodes a lot, these little ointment pots. We use them to put like spices in or whatever, so you can see them when we're cooking. So actually I've been playing around with creating some little 18th century style pots with names on them, because everybody uses salt, and of course you got to have nutmeg in your recipe. So I might be using some of those. Who knows? I might even put some on the website. I've been working on this little style of sort of ointment pot from the 18th century. These are a lot of fun. These are earthenware, actually Delft pieces. Majolica is another term for it. Really, really popular in the 1600s all the way up to almost about 1800 when it sort of falls out of favor because other styles come in and replace them in cooking. Or in tableware, I guess is what I want. One of the things that replaces it is porcelain. Porcelain actually starts out being the thing that the reason why people start doing Delftware and tin glazed things, and porcelain comes back into being made. And one of the things that we've been selling here recently are porcelain cups, porcelain bowls. A lot of fun. Did you see? Here we go. Ryan put these up on the website just recently. They're dragon bowls. And you would think, now, dragons in the 18th century? Yeah, they had dragon stuff in the 18th century, especially Chinese import pieces that were showing up in 18th century England and in North America. So a lot of fun. If you're interested, some of these things are available on the website. There's even a sale right now, and you'd know about it if you'd sign up for our email mailing list. Is there a link to that? There is.
Yeah, it's down in the description box.
In the description section, you can sign up for our email mailing list for the website. So a lot of fun, and Ryan puts together sale things like every week, and that's one of the things we're doing this week. So
let's do a donation before we do questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick. $10 from 68th Frost Hollow. It's got to be a historic site.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. $10. Hello from 68th Frost Hollow Pathfinders.
Okay, Pathfinders, yeah.
What is your favorite cookware? Why? And what are your 3 most delicious recipes? So I guess that can be the first question.
That's a lot of questions there.
Yeah. So first one is, what's your favorite cookware?
What's favorite cookware? Indestructible is my favorite cookware, and that's generally the forged frying pans and like the super cast iron stuff, like our cast iron pots. You can't hurt them. I mean, you can drive the seasoning off of them, but you can't mess them up. I really like the brass and the copper stuff that's tin lined, but you have to be very careful when you're cooking with it. That's the reason why we have stainless steel today. But there's and even the redware like pipkins are really nice to use. But again, so many of these things from the time period can be delicate. And we're just not used to that when we cook today. We expect our cookware to really be abused. So the forged pieces like the frying pans are wonderful. What was the other one? 3 favorite recipes. Typically on the top of our list is something like the white pot, which is like a bread pudding. We did that, I think it was second season, third season.
Yeah, it was a super early one.
Yeah, it was just excellent. And there's some other bread puddings very similar that are just wonderful, easy, sweet tooth kind of a thing. Yeah.
One that I was recently thinking about was, remember the Dutch oven series we did?
Yeah.
The roast beef that we did?
Yeah,
with the mushrooms
like
and the carrots.
Pot roast kind of thing, yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that the first one that I ever saw you guys film was the Parmesan onion rings, and it's still one of my favorites. Those things are awesome.
Good, yeah. 3's hard to pick. There've been some really
so many good ones, and we've done a lot of cooking episodes, so it's really hard to kind of tease them out and pick out some wonderful ones. And we do when it comes to having cooking episodes. Let's see, I've got a couple more that we're working on, and then we should have Michael Dragoo in for some episodes. So we're planning some fun ones coming up. How about questions? Kyle, what do you got for me?
All right. Well, I have some people asking if the tune book will ever be available.
Oh, it is available. In next week's live stream, or maybe in the live stream on Saturday, I'll put a link to it. I'm not sure if it's available by any U.S. sellers because it is from the U.K., but I'll at least give you guys reference to that. It's real interesting, the Vickers Collection book that's put together, I think, in the 1980s. From somebody who had the manuscript files for that.
Did you ever get the corkscrews in?
We're still waiting. the corkscrews and some really, really cool brass spigots for barrels. That is in the mail from overseas, so we'll see how long that takes.
Somebody asking, how do they go about getting a catalog from the store?
If you go to the website there, is it right on? Where is that right now?
It's towards the bottom, but Aaron could drop a link in, I'm sure.
Say it again.
The catalog link.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron will put a link in the description, and you can go and sign up to get a catalog. And yeah, Kyle, you know it's time to send off another batch of catalogs.
In fact,
Yes, I was actually thinking about that today.
It's even, if they go to the website and they click on merch store, it's in there as well.
Oh,
so it's easy to
as
find
a
that way.
product.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you planning on doing any working man's foods like pastries, i.e. miners' pies, or would you ever consider doing YouTube giveaways?
YouTube giveaways.
We could give away a miner's pie. That'd be great,
You
right?
get it, it's all green and everything.
I am not
They're built
shipping
to
that
last.
out.
Just
Right.
cut the grain off and go.
We have done some of those minor type pies in the past. There's the standing crust episode where we do the little meat pie. So there is an episode on that. There's some other pasty episodes. So if you go and look in the back catalog, we can find something like that for you. There's several episodes. And I will go ahead and kind of think about that for some future episodes coming up. Michael's still picking out his 3 episodes, so maybe if we come up with some really good ideas for him, he'll choose ones that you want.
I'm gonna read a donation.
Oh my gosh.
A special donation
Thank you.
from Dynamite Stick.
Okay.
$5. Thank you.
So something.
Are you cool? Do you want me to read this, Kyle? You
Go
cool?
ahead, man. I don't care. I don't care.
Kyle's manly voice is the best medicinal cure to all diseases. His
Kyle,
voice
you wanna
has
do
helped
this?
Cure people across America with smallpox. Thank you, Kyle. All
Oh, my
4 people
goodness.
with smallpox.
No problem.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna let Kyle do all
Thank
the
you,
rest of
Dynamite
this
Stick.
episode.
Yeah, thanks for the donation.
We really
Appreciate it.
appreciate that.
Yeah, really.
Although Kyle's head is going to be too big to fit through the door now.
No way, man. I keep my feet planted on the ground.
Okay, so real quick, that catalog link is in the description box. I'm gonna put the store address in there too. People are
Yes.
asking.
Yes.
So yeah, be on the lookout for that.
Right. Although if you make it to Pierceton, you'll pretty much find the store.
Right.
We're just like there's not much here, and we're in the middle, so it's not too tricky.
There's plenty of parking behind the store as
Yeah.
well if you can't find a parking spot right close to us.
Right.
Come see us. We'd love that.
The back street has this big old parking lot, and we would love to fill it up.
More questions?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Go for it.
What are your favorite tools to use?
That's a pretty open-ended question.
It is.
I like a lot of different kinds of tools, so I'm not sure where to go with that one. Favorite kinds of tools to use? Power tools. I do like a little bit of everything, especially because I end up, let's say, coming up with product ideas. So you gotta have a little bit of, at least a little bit of experience with, metalworking tools and woodworking tools and ceramic tools, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know how I would answer it other than that. I even like using cameras, and I don't know how to answer that.
Let's see.
Hold on, let me do a donation real
Go
quick.
ahead.
Yes.
$12 from Vegas Bound. Thank you so much. Which CD has the theme music heard in your cooking videos? It's an awesome tune. The theme song is on, I think the record is called Jim's Red Pants.
It's
or
called
Jim's New Red Pants. Right.
See, here's the guy with the answer.
It is, and it's kind of grayscale with a red accenting on the cover.
There's a dude in red pants on it, and that song is called
Spring Dance? Spring Fling?
Donnie's Dance, I think.
Okay.
It's somebody's dance.
Yeah, I think it's called Donnie's Dance.
They're
It's on that.
dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what that
all
one
about
is.
dancing.
Thank you for the donation.
Thank you. We're kind of at the halfway point here. Let's go ahead and talk about this weekend one more time.
Okay.
Let's talk about that pre-sale.
The weekend. Jim's Red Pants, the music, fiddle music, guitar, other things. Both Rick and Hillary are going to be here performing live in the store here in Pierceton. It's on Saturday at noon and 3 o'clock Eastern time. That's in the afternoon, so not 3 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be live streaming it. I almost forgot that part. The CD, it's all about the Vickers tune. These are 1770s fiddle tunes, 1770 and before. So all this stuff is perfectly 18th century. Wonderful collection of music. The CD is available as a pre-sale right now. Special price, $10 on the website. You'll find the link down in the description section. After, what is it? When does the sale end? Is it Saturday the sale ends on this?
It does, yeah.
So after that, it goes up to its regular price of $15, yep. So it's a good deal.
Real quick, if you do plan to come to the store, come wearing one of our T-shirts.
Yes.
Because we're having a big sale. It's going to be pretty much everything in the store is going to be on sale. There might be some caveats there, but either, the nutmeg on my nutmeg shirt or the kettle shirt or the lantern shirt or period clothing, any of that gets you qualified for sale items.
10% off. So there you go.
And then one more time, let's talk about Instagram. And Aaron's going to show this picture again.
Okay, so Instagram, we're having this sort of Instagram. I don't know whether I'd call it a contest or whatever. But once a week during the live stream, we're going to pick out an Instagram picture that's tagged with the Townsends tag. And you'll get something like a virtual gift card or something from the store. And so if you've got pictures that are historical in nature or of Townsend's merch or whatever, tag them with Townsend's and tell us about it if you tag us at the same time, so we make sure to see that. And we're going to pick out one each week and feature it in the live stream. It ought to be a lot of fun, and maybe your fun picture will get in there. And that reminds me. So last week, if you were here for last week's live stream, and it's you can find it online. We showed that ginger beer. Remember the ginger beer clip? Too bad I don't have it again. Anyway, the ginger beer clip where it's exploding, and so I forgot to have the name of those folks, and that's Elizabeth Rudolph. She's the one who sent in those clips of the exploding ginger beer. So thank you, Elizabeth Rudolph.
I'm gonna do real quick donation, then we'll go back to questions. Sorry,
yes.
Just so many donations. $2 from Healthy Stream. It just says Nutmeg Daddy.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
We're working on a Nutmeg Daddy thing. We're not sure what that's going to look like.
That's actually my brother-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Tommy.
Tommy.
Oh, the Tomster. Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Okay, Kyle.
All right, so let's see here. Have you ever thought about making dandelion wine?
No. But Ryan's going to say yes.
Think about it every day.
So apparently I need to make some dandelion wine. There are a bunch of interesting wine recipes in a lot of the English cookbooks. But wine isn't something I've actually experimented with. Sounds like it's something to do.
Let's see, what was the most formal clothing available back in the day?
Well, people wore formal clothing is the typical, what turns into modern three-piece suits. Just like right now, I've got on my coat, I've got on my waistcoat, the shirts underneath, the cravat, your nice knee breeches with the shoes and the buckles. That is the classical super formal wear. And in fact, if you probably go to the Queen's Palace right now in England, there are footmen and they're wearing exactly the same thing because that is as formal gets.
See, what was exercise and fitness like for city folk who didn't have physical professions?
You don't see a whole lot of them talking about that. I mean, there's undoubtedly there was a small segment of probably, scientific-minded folks back then that were concerned about that physical fitness, but generally, you don't see much about that.
How did ladies from America keep up with European fashion?
Good question. And they did it with dolls. So they would many times have, like in France, which is, it's always been one of those avant-garde fashion places. They would actually make up these fashion dolls and ship them to North America. And that was one of the ways they would transmit these fashion ideas. You could do it with fashion plates, magazines, things like that had pictures of fashions in them, but it's hard to get the full idea about what fashion's really looking like in a drawing. So a lot of times they did it with these little miniature people.
Have you ever thought about doing an episode about myths and legends?
No, I haven't. What do you think? Myths and legends about, or myths like things that we think are true about the 18th century that aren't true, or are we talking legends here? Like, I don't know. Good question.
Well, some people suggested the Bell Witch.
Like
Ever heard
New
of the
England
Bell
folk
Witch?
tales.
Oh,
stuff
okay,
like that.
okay.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. No, I haven't. But there's a book called New England Rarities. It's probably got some interesting stuff in it. There's also the odd, fun things that you find in explorer sort of descriptions where they talk about fanciful things that you're not, really sure what they actually saw, but they write fun things about it. There's some of that. That's kind of going away in the 18th century. That's, that's sort of like that scientific age, and they start to not talk about those fanciful things quite as much, but it's there. Sounds like fun.
Some people asking if you are married.
Yes. Wonderful wife Whitney, we've been married something like 31, I think 31 years. Yeah, something like that. So
Don't mess that up.
well, what? I can't. I'm not that good at remembering numbers.
At least you didn't overshoot it. Like,
I didn't even.
It feels like we've been married 50 years. But
In between 10 and 50, I don't know.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there. No. I have just three wonderful daughters. So, yeah.
What's your favorite meat pie?
I would probably go with the beef pasty that we did at one point, but it's been so long to, kind of. It would have to have mushroom ketchup in it, but yes, and maybe a little nutmeg. I would make it differently today.
Real quick, I want to throw out a quick question. This is old school. Whatever happened to 16 millimeter adventures?
Whatever happened to 16 millimeter adventures?
That's a deep cut.
I've got my K3 down in my office right now. Actually, I've been experimenting. I see every time I talk about stuff like this, these guys are like smirking. It's like, why is he spending way too much time on things that?
do you want to know why I'm smirking right now?
Sure.
I'm smirking because he was going to revive that channel by working on a project with me that he was very excited about for about 2 weeks, and then it disappeared, and I haven't heard anything about it since then because we're just too darn busy.
Yeah.
That was like 3 years ago.
I know. It's just we're too busy.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
No, it's fine. I'm too busy too.
Yeah, it's so hard to have 15 different exciting side interests, and you're torn. It's like, well, I can't do this one because I have to do that one, and and then pottery comes in, and then you want to do something else, and I really, really want to build a log cabin, and like 10 other things. So, and he tries to make me feel guilty.
Me?
Let's see. Are there any common misconceptions about the 18th century that you commonly run into when talking to people who are unfamiliar with the time period?
Yes, but I don't have any that pop off the top of my head at the moment. the 18th century is, I think, as complex as today's world, and we like to generalize, and we really like to generalize about history and the 18th century and the people and whatever, and it is highly complex with lots of different levels of society, different cultures, and so we can easily generalize and make history into something that's easy to put in a box and describe when it isn't that way. So you get a lot of misconceptions because of that sort of thing.
Do you know anything about the art movements that happened during this period?
Some? There you go. Again, a really, really deep, that whole, not just art, but, just style, which, we again kind of put these styles in boxes, but each one of those is always, morphing and changing within the time period, Rococo and New Revival and all these different movements of style and art all come through these time periods, and with them go along clothing fashions kind of linking together along with fashions of, tableware and what houses are made like, and all these things kind of lock together and move through history, and some of them are leading others at different times. So you'll find, that you'll have these certain kinds of styles that are led by certain kinds of products or, architecture or whatever. It's really interesting when you dig in quite a ways on that.
A real quick donation, £5 from Tales from the Living Van.
Tales from the Living Van.
Hold on, they're scrolling too fast. If you only had a month to visit America, what month would it be, and where would you go? Events and sites. If you only had a month to visit.
So they want to come over here and spend a month, and they need some suggestions.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
I would make it in the fall.
Yep, I agree.
Absolutely.
September probably is one of the great, or even October is a really, really, good month because of the weather in so many different places and the kinds of activity that are going on. So September, October, really good time period. And what was the other half of that question? Where? Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, I wish I have been around enough of the country to say where, if I was, because it's big, there's a lot of different things going on and different. It looks like Ryan wants to chime in.
Oh no, I'm just thinking about it's huge.
Yeah,
I mean, do you like to see big balls of yarn, or do you want to? It's just crazy.
Right.
But if you're coming in the fall, start east to move west, because there's, everything's changing faster out east, and then you can kind of see that happening. Actually, these folks messaged on Facebook one time.
Okay.
There's really interesting conversation. I don't know why I said that into the microphone, but I just did.
Yeah. So, you could spend a month in a single state and not cover it. So I don't know what to tell you. Other than that, there's some just the East Coast is wonderful. From Maine, which I spend time in whenever I can, all the way down, the coast in Virginia and all that good stuff, down all the way, of course, to Florida. I've spent some time along the East Coast, so enjoyed all that area. The like the Tennessee and Kentucky mountain areas are just incredible places to visit. Like if you go to Martin Station, beautiful site. The Midwest is boring, so you don't want to come here. And then you go all the way out west, and you just, Yellowstone and all. It's just way too much.
A lot of people are saying Utah.
Yeah.
And I was just out there last fall, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's really cool if you're driving through to go from the Appalachians to the Rockies. It's just kind of nuts.
Yeah.
So,
right.
It's just nuts.
And where we are, it's just cornfields, which can be beautiful too, but after a while you get tired of cornfields.
$20 from Aaron C.
Thank
you so much.
Thank
no
you,
comment.
Aaron.
Thank you.
How we doing time-wise? Do we have time for one more question?
Let's do one more.
Yes, this actually pertains to this Saturday. Will the music be indoors, and should I bring rain gear?
It will be indoors.
And we're going to cram as many people in as we can.
Yes, and we'll do our very best to make room for whoever we can. We might just shove everything out the door and make the room empty. And it should be, we're supposed to have really good weather. It's it's like 45 and sunny, so great. Should be a great day for traveling and everything.
That's a perfect segue just to talk about this weekend one more time.
Yeah.
before.
Okay. So, Jim's Red Pants, the folks who do all the music for our videos, all that music you hear underneath, wonderful fiddle tunes and guitar and all the other instruments they play. They'll be here in the store playing live at noon and at 3 o'clock. Each set should be about an hour or so. And they'll be playing music from this, probably some of the other tunes, things you will recognize from videos. And we will be live streaming that as well as best we can. That should be a lot of fun. So make sure to check in on Saturday, see if those live streams are running. T-shirts. Oh yes, if you come to the store, we've got a special, we'll have a sale where if you're wearing a Townsend t-shirt, or if you're wearing period clothing, it's like 10% off whatever's in the store, with whatever caveats there are, not much, that I can even think of at the moment. And the sale, the CDs are on pre-sale special price, $10 right now on the website. You can follow the link down in the description section to get a special price on these CDs. The price will be going up on Saturday or whatever. That's it. We didn't have a question? We did have the question.
Was that? I think that was
we
the
answered
question.
the last question.
Oh, that was the question.
Yeah.
Oh, well, wonderful. Hey.
Yeah, sorry this one's so short. We're
Yeah.
getting stuff ready.
Yeah, we're getting stuff ready. We got been a really, really busy week. This time of year, you would think kind of a downtime for us, but it's when we have to prep for everything, the catalog and the website and new products and videos, and I'm really, really busy. And besides live events at the store, so such a wonderful time. Yes.
Oh, hold on.
You got another one?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce this name, Samsa, but $100. Thank you so much. That means a lot. We really appreciate
Incredible.
that.
Thank you
very
for
much.
that. And that leads me into really, we get such tremendous support for what we do, support in so many different kinds of ways, whether you're supporting us with Super Chat or, buying merch, t-shirts, or whatever. You support us, those folks that support us on Patreon every month, that is a tremendous way to support us. But there are folks who can't support us that way, and you still help us out, watching the videos, commenting, sharing our videos. That's how people find out about this channel. We're this little weird niche channel off the edge of Nowhereville. Why would anybody watch this guy making 18th century? Why would he cook in the 18th century? Even I don't know why I do that, but we do it anyway. And I do it because you guys support us, whether it's the wonderful comments. My mother even mentioned how she enjoys going down and reading the comments on the channel, which... that doesn't happen too often on YouTube channels, and it's because of you guys out there. So thank you so much for all your incredible support, and thanks for watching.